Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Dawn of War 2 Elite Mod replay. Spawn on the left side as the Farseer with eye color. Spawn as the Warlock, we have Rusted Kickin, and as the biggest and strongest, we have Stigma8113. On the Chaos Sorcerer, we have Kabanyaka, Kabanyaka. I have no idea. And as the Tech Marine, we have a foreign name. I can make even less of that name. And as the Brother Captain, we have Kesuga7. I'm probably butchering all of these names. Looks like the first engagement is Tech Marine firing shots on the Guardian squad right there. Over here, you got the Sluggers and Shooters advancing forward with the War Boss. More Crystal Stormtroopers being put on the field. Any weird build queue? No, looks like all pretty standard, though we don't see a second scout nor second heretic, but that's not uncommon in team games. Actually, we do see double Howling Banshees for the Farseer. That's a little less common. Warlock engaging Tactical Marine Squad, and now I've got the Howling Banshees going to be chopping up the Tech Marine. Tactical Marine Squad is just being warded away, and we got the Guardian Squad on to capture this power node. Farseer is advancing toward the Guardians and the Howling Banshees. Those are back and does receive some fire from the Inquisitor Stormtroopers. Strike Squad just a little bit out of range. Warlock is still engaging that Tactical Marine Squad, and we've got the Skeletons not hitting the Warlock. Over here, we've got the Howling Banshees still hacking apart the Tech Marine. The Tech Marine does in fact go down, but the Hero should be able to save him or recover him. Burn Squad here receiving quite a bit of fire there. Does force back the Heretic. It does get a good special attack there. Slugger Squad does take out the Heretic Squad entirely. Minor loss. Now we've got the War Boss getting some damage on the Chaos Marines, and the Chaos Sorcerer does fall back, and will receive some fire on the retreat. Literally. Oh, here we've got the Howling Banshees ripping apart to that Brother Captain. The Howling Banshees do get knocked back there by the grenades of the Inquisitor Stormtroopers. One Howling Banshee Squad does fall back, and now they're going to be trying to chop up the Strike Squad. And the Howling Mages are receiving quite a bit of damage right there. Guardian Squad here to support them as well. And we do have the Spirit Stone upgrade pretty quickly. That allowed her to quickly heal up those Howling Mages, giving a little bit more damage off of them. Very nice. Guardian Squad's advancing forward, trying to engage the Scout Squad. Overall, it's a better position for the Guardian Squads. They were behind head cover versus light cover. So the Scout Squad will be forced some back relatively shortly. The other side is pushing way forward along with the Chaos Marines.
Go ahead, son. Power generator.
Over here, Chaos Marines advance forward, trying to decapture this point. We also got the Wog Banner. And over here, we do have some Storm Boys being pulled on out, as well as another squad of Chaos Heretics. Tactical Marine Squads advance to the center. We've got double Tactical Marine Squad for the Tech Marine. Howling Banshees push way forward. The Guardian Squad seems a bit of fire there. Howling Banshees should be able to chop up the Tactical Marine Squad. Guardian Squad does avoid the grenade there by the Inquisitor Stormtroopers. Warlock may try to tie up these squads in melee. We've got another Inquisitor Stormtrooper grenade there, knocking back the Warlock, not the Guardian Squad. Tactical Marine Squad advancing forward. Howling Banshees could push on forward. Does spot the Scouts with shotguns. We are being upgraded the Sergeant as well. Does a nice little knockback there. And now the Tactical Marines are getting knocked back around a bit. Grenade thrown by the Scout Squad, unsuccessful. Strike Squad and the Brother Captain now advance in this region. And now the Howling Banshees and the Warlock does fall back. The Guardian Squad in the area does get a good shout there from the Howling Banshees, and the another squad of Howling Banshees is there. Shotgun blast there by the Scout Squad. And we got the Spirit Stone ability right there, getting some good health on the Howling Banshees. The Brother Captain does fall back, and the Brother Captain is now fully withdrawing. Guardian Squad still in this region. Looks like the Orcs do get forced back. The War Boss is still clobbering stuff. Now it has been upgraded to spiky armor, give him some good retaliation damage, as well as just a decent amount of health and health regen, and also being upgraded to Bang Bang Hammer. Guardian Squad's advancing forward against potatoes there. Inquisitor Stormtroopers does fall back away from the Inquisitorial Operatives. And Inquisitorial Operatives do throw a Incendiary Grenade there? Yeah, that was a Incendiary Grenade. I've got these Tactical Marine Squads advancing on forward. Tech Marine as well. Guardian Squads are falling back. And the war boss here does, I think, let's see, I see a big explosion there. I don't know what it was. Oh, angry bets. Against him, the now I'm angry ability. Devastator for Chaos Havoc is now set on up. The war boss is now following him back. You got the Orc forces pushed way forward. You got the Wog banner there as well. Howling Base is trying to chop up some of these tactical marine squads. There's triple tactical marine squad for the tech marine. Guardians get some good damage there. The tech marine does fall back now. Warlock is still in the front line, getting some good damage onto these tactical marine squads. That's going to cast there before withdrawing. Guardian squads not really hit damage, but they can't really engage the tactical marine squads in 1v1 like that. We've got a smoke mortar being called. Some sort of smoke ability was thrown out right there. Howling Banshees getting in. Oh, that's a moment. Howling Banshees get annihilated there. When the Banshees do get wiped out, we do have a Falcon in the build queue for the Warlock. And now we've got 2 Rangers for the Farseer as well. There's the other one there. Still has the swords, not the sniper rifles. Scout Squad trying to get some damage there. They got the Storm Boys falling back. And now we do have the Tactical Marine Squad receiving some damage by the War Boss. And there's Nam angry ability there. He's angry that he's burning down those generators. Guardian Squads evades forward with the Howling Banshee and Warlock in tow. War Boss trying to engage that Tactical Marine Squad there. Over here we got the Falcon skirmishing around, does get a kill there on one of the power generators. And the Perpetration Squad's falling back. Senior grenade thrown there. Grenade burns some forces there. Grenade blast there from the Pistol Stormtroopers. Guardian Squad gains some damage there onto the Scout Squad. Grenade is thrown. Scout Squad received that grenade quite entirely. Now the Brother Captain may go down there. It does go down right there. Tactical Marine Squad received a bit of fire right there. And now got the Scout Squad receiving a bit of damage as well. Chaos Havoc's receiving a bit of fire there. Cosmic Grenade does connect. Heretic Squad does go down. Tech Marine engage the Falcon there. Reds evades forward, trying to decapture some of these sectors. Point have been activated by blue. The Falcon's going to get some free damage there. Don't see a missile launcher being upgraded on this one. That's Flamer. No missile launchers upgrade, so we see the motor gun. No motor gun. War Boss advances forward. We're seeing a bit of fire there from the Chaos Marines. He's going to start tying up the Tactical Marine Squad there. Doesn't bonk one in the head there. And there's a stomp there, knocking back those forces. That's got the cast there. Somehow does not kill the shooter there with 4 health, but does get gunned down now. And the War Boss is falling back as well. War Boss does go down there. Chuda and Burner's advancing forward, trying to get some damage to these forces, but right now he's sort of fighting against more than one player's assets, plus it's also Havoc in the region. Falcon and Guardian Squad pushing way forward. Does he activate the point there?
Order, sir.
Scout does throw a grenade there. Get some good damage there on the Guardian Squad. Dustin, Suicide one of the models there, knocking back the Havoc Squad. And now we do have the Havoc Squad severely wounded, does get wiped out entirely. These other forces are falling back. He has had 3 Havocs, now just 2, so he's going from mass Havocs into Bloodletters. And we've got the temporary Bloodletters now being spawned on in. Over here, Flamer paints forward, forcing back the Master Rangers by the Farseer. Now got some of these power generators being hacked apart by the boys. Asking for a res. The Brother Captain right there, he thinks he has the opportunity for the Tech Marine to res him. He does have the melted gun on research. missile right there. Is that? I'm not sure what type of cast that is right there. Some sort of force wave or force push there from the Warlock, who's been upgraded with the Warp Throw ability. Cavalry Squad may get wiped out by the Howling Banshees. And they do get wiped out right there.
We shall make it so.
Warboss falling back. He is trying to pull out a weird boy. Brother Captain does charge away. Got these forces soft shooting away. There's a bunch of snipers in this region.
Weapons check out.
Does throw a orb bomb Messiah right there. Try to snare the Falcon. Was unsuccessful. Marine does draw all these forces over here. Howling Bench is charging forward. Guardian Squad's one is low in energy. The one has plenty of energy. Protection Squad does get some pressure there on the far Howling Bench is there. Getting some big damage there. And now we got the Grey Knight Dreadnought pushing way forward as well with his flamethrower and shiv. Howling Bench has some sort of shield effect right there. Not sure what it's from. Getting some good damage here. Good suppression. We got the Strike Squad force mech those Guardian Squads there. And now we do have the Grey Knight Dreadnoughts that will be shivving down or burning some of these power generators down.
An ally has secured a requisition point.
We do have another Warlock banner not being deployed on the field. And as far as a Warlock is being forced on back. And now the Blood Crusher being pulled out by the Chaos Sorcerer. Rangers pushing forward, get some damage there onto the Grey Knight Dreadnought.
We're losing a power node to the enemy.
Over here, do got a nice hit there by the Weird Boy. Got the Arch Tark now being pulled out of the field. I think that's from the Warlock or the Skip Farseer, one of the two. First order operatives could receive some fire there. Does jump right there, trying to go for a wipe on the Heretic Squad, and his fire shaping does go down right there. Got Blooders using the stasis ability and vulnerability ability right there. Blood Crushers engaging as well. Not really any real assets to engage them. Storm Boys do jump away. They don't have a Knob Leader anymore. They're being upgraded the Knob Leader to also hack apart that Blood Crusher. Plasma Cannon Desert does fall back right there. Got the Stormguard Veterans also put on the field. It's good damage on the Farseer. Howling Bench is charging force as well. Spirit Stones heal them up to max health. Now got the Brother Captain receiving fire there, who's been upgraded with the Bulwark. Grants the shield against the Terror, grants the Bulwark ability, which grants melee damage resistance and bonus damage bonus to the target ally. Oh, close up the Tech Marine does go down to the forest to the Howling Banshees. Guard runs a big soft straight there, and there goes Brother Captain right next to the Tech Marine. And all of Blue's heroes are down, so maybe we're going to get the Sorcerer to be redeployed, so because it'd be cheaper to pick up these guys. Grey Knight Dreadnought's almost gone down, got the Terror ability right there, and he will perhaps be destroyed off by the Blood Crusher. Blood Crusher severely wounded. There goes the Grey Knight Dreadnought to the Plasma Guns, I believe. Got a fusion gun upgrade onto the Archtard. Blood Crusher's now receiving some extra health regen from that ritual, but does fall back with these forces. Detonating with some models now. Blood Crusher needs to fall back as well.
Allied Tech Marine has been returned to base.
Power generators receiving some fire now. And this power generator will be going down as well.
Destroying an allied base. The enemy is capturing one of our strategic points.
Guardian Squad receiving some fire there. Guard Veterans are also down to poison rounds, getting some big damage there. He does throw a plasma grenade onto them, getting some damage onto him. Sluggers with South sleeping fire there. Blood Crusher charging forward as well. Get a camouflage there. Vomit does come on in, and they do go ahead and jump away and leaving these forces stunned as he falls back. Blood Crusher still getting some damage there. Plasma Cannon Devastator down to 10 health, but he won't escape on out of there. Blood Crusher does overwhelm the Bright Lance there. The Weird Boy and the Falcon, they start hitting that. Blood Crusher forward takes up the Bright Lance. And the Blood Crusher does get teleported away in time, I believe. Actually, no, it's says, there it is. I'm not sure why I couldn't click on it beforehand. So the blood crusher does escape on there. It does have a nearby ritual that gives an extra health regen, as well as the base. It does fall back to the tactical Chaos Marine squad there. Organization squad gains some good damage there onto the power generators, and I've got the Howling Banshees and Rangers advancing on forward with the Farseer. Getting some damage on the Cruiser Stormtroopers. Got the Vindicator Assassin making a soft retreat away. Organization squad advance forward, trying to get some great damage on these forces. Spirit Stones does come forward, gets some great healing down the Howling Banshees once again. It does fall back to these forces. Rangers will get some good damage on the retreating Protection squad, but something will not be able to finish it off. And I do got a Predator tank on the build queue for the Tech Marine. The Tech Marine's only player has tier 3 at the moment. The Red Farseer is now going for her tier 3. I've got a fusion gun engaging these forces, getting some good damage there. I've got the Hellion Banshees engaging the Stormguard veterans. Does get a nice little heal there. Stormguard veterans are falling on back. Does get one more model there. Last model will go down as well, so lose Stormguard veterans, a massive loss there. Bloodrunners engaging the Howling Banshees that are making their withdrawal now. Ritual still activated, trying to get some good health regen. Also, it's just good retreat point for him. Quizzer Stormtroopers are falling back. Vindicator Assassin and Quizzer Stormtroopers may need to fall back as well. Farseer still only has Spirit Stones upgraded. Let's take a look at all the heroes' upgrades. Brother Captain still only has the Bulwark. Tech Marine still has the same upgrades. Orbs on time, Melt Gun. But Chaos Marine got Vestment Ward, giving him a teleport as well as Sword of Flame. The biggest and strongest War Boss still has the same upgrades: Bang Bang Hammer, Spiky Armor, and Angry Beds. Warlock has, of course, a Warp Throw, and the Farseer here has Spirit Stones as well, and trying to be upgraded to a tier 3 armor, the armor of the Asurian. I'm not familiar with that armor. I don't think they would usually go for that armor as a tier 3 armor. It must be a very good piece of armor there. And now the Predator tank deployed up on the Tech Marine. Storm Boys receive a bit of fire there, so this Weird Boy, the Brother Captain does get forced, was knocked out. Armor Asurian gets the time field ability, reduces the movement speed by 40% in the air, and makes affected units unable to attack or use abilities. Ooh. Also gives the Farseer 200 health and 1 health and health regen. The ability to disable opponent's attack and slow them down when they're in the field, that is incredibly powerful. Not only the worthless, they will have a hard time escaping out of there. And what if that's a channel ability? In order for that sort of ability to be balanced, it has to be a channel, right?
Adding power generator.
Weird Boy does fall back there, and now do have the Tech Marine Humidifier there. Has my the Signal Armor. Grants the mark target ability as well as health and health regen. What's his health? Right Lance gains some good damage there onto the Predator tank. Predator tank is trying to fall back, trying to avoid now the Ultra upgrade of the Aspect Strength. Organization squad does get some damage right there. Looks like they're using a heavy flame, area of flame ability there.
Adding power generator.
Vindicator Assassin still firing some shots on the front line. We've got now the Guardian squad advancing forward. Now the Scout squad gained some damage there. Tech Marine as well. Got Commando squad being pulled out by the War Boss. Organization squad now seeing a bit of fire there. Predator tank advancing forward and throwing some rounds on the shield generator. The shield generator has gone down now. And did that squad just go get wiped out? Fire Dragon squad does get forced back. Does not have the Archstar clear, but does have the Dragon Scale armor. Predator tank gains some good shots there too. That's a Falcon, not a Fire Prism. Snipers are seeing a bit of fire there, and now got these Crystal Stormtroopers good advance forward. Predator tank are seeing quite a few, so maybe just having those Crystal Stormtroopers repair up his buddy wouldn't be that bad. I'm not sure what's being cast there. Terminators, that's a friendly Terminator as well. Tech Marine now blown a field by the as well Terminators. Howling Bench received quite a bit of damage there, and now we've got the Farseer being upgraded with the Singing Spear, which is heavy melee, so it's an anti-vehicle weapon. Now these forces are softening way. Bright Lance, Guardian, and Falcon in this region. Orcs are advancing forward over here, while Blue's walking past them and advancing over here, trying to deactivate a power node or trying to bash those node generators there. Tech Marine receiving massive amounts of fire. Tech Marine does go down there. Shotgun Squad does roll back as well. Over here, Howling Banshee trying to face a bunch of these forces. And now I've got Cyclone missiles there deployed by the Tech Marine. Howling Predators gain some significant damage onto him, but does use a global repair ability. And may want to use the Cyclone missiles somewhere in this area. Over here, Orcs are flanking, does take the Predator tank there. Big loss. Zero Council not being blocked with the Warlock. Now the Storm Boys jumping up forward, knocking, forcing back those Inquisitor Stormtroopers. The Tech Marine needs to fall back, or the Terminators need to fall back. That's so wounded. There's enough red points for the Brother Captain to pull out a Orbital Strike. He's going for a Land Raider Crusader, and they teleport too late. Tech Marine has basically nothing left. Looks like the Farseer and the Warlocks both have enough red points for their nukes as well. They all have tier 3. Land Raider Crusader making his advance. Power Grenade is starting going down. And these Orc forces may need to withdraw from the region. Blood Crusher now receiving a bit of fire there. We now have the foot of Bork being put out by the Weird Boy. He has some decent damage there on the Land Raider Crusader. Got a missile hit there on the Land Raider Crusader. The War Boss is now falling back. And the Land Raider Crusader is now being repaired up by the Inquisitor Stormtroopers. Over here we do have the Land Raider Phobos now put out by the Repair Sorcerer. I did not see that one. Now I've got 2 Land Raiders supply field, though this one is very stealthy while making a bunch of whoops. Can't see it, but you can definitely hear it. Howling Banshee is not really getting hit by those effects. Bloodletters still in the region. And also got temporary Bloodletters there. No, the Blood Crusher does go down there. So does the Falcon. Land Raider Phobos still advancing forward. I hear an Orbital Strike right there. It's a great damage. I wouldn't guess the Land Raider Phobos has a nuke ability. Land Raider Phobos charging forward. Land Raider Redeemer or Crusader advancing forward with Land Raider Phobos in tail. Who has captured the tickets in their favor, but going to be changing that relatively. Oh, so he's going to maintain that. Everything mixed up. So much happens in 3v3. It's the reason why I don't really cast 3v3 so often. There's just so much happens and going on. My mind just melts sometimes. What's with these Howling Banshees? Okay, their squad split up, so a couple of these models could go down. He did not focus them down. He may not even realize they're there. Minikara Assassin gets some good damage on Fire Dragons and Fusion Gun Auto Charge advance forward. We now got a Land Raider Redeemer. We're going to see a triple play of. We're going to see a hat trick of Land Raiders. We're going to see 3 of a kind. One of each variation of the Land Raider. This is interesting. The Land Raider Crusader see quite a bit of fire right now. The Tech Marine Force can use global repairs to help repair it up. Got a great cast there by the Paladins. Lots of grenades are thrown, gets some good damage there. So Stormtroopers are repairing up the Land Raider. I forget which Land Raider this one is. Crusader. Over here, we've got Land Raider Phobos starting forward, but we're going to receive some rocks. A lot of knockback, a lot of knocking around. Terminators still have 2 of the models. Aurora has all 3 models still alive. Heretics are trying to repair up the Land Raider Phobos. Didn't take a whole lot of damage from those rocks. Land Raider Crusader has more health than the Land Raider Phobos. I'm curious about that. We got the Ritual activated, gains some extra health. Now we got the Foot of Bork being cast on in by the Weird Boy. Is a good hit there. And the Weird Boy's falling back. Got Service King split the damage on the War Boss. War Boss is now fully withdrawing. And now do got the Land Raider Redeemer now put on the field. We got 3 of a kind. And sure, the 3 of a kind doesn't follow the same suit, but that's sort of a game, any sort of card game. You don't have 3 of the same suit, unless it's a straight or a flush. That'll be a flush, not a straight. Planetary Crusader receiving a bit of fire there. We got the Wraith Guard being put on the field. We got the Fusion Guns here. We got a lot of various anti-vehicle weapons here, but nothing too dedicated, honestly. Seer Council can all gain suppressed there. Got a good number of forces here. Land Raider Phobos now can push way forward. D-Cannon getting snared and meleeed by the Bloodletters. Very nice. And these forces are falling back. Commander Redeemer now advanced forward, trying to engage the D-Cannon. The D-Cannon does fall back there. Planetary Crusader now advancing forward. We got a big cast there from the Paladins. And that is the end of the game. Red has won. Or blue has won. Blah. Is that great saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.